Good evening, this is Bremster, and I'm returning to Blueprints. Now, one of the things I did do between the last session and this one is I did go back and look at some of my previous streams and tried to see if I could see any of the art, and I could. And one of the things that I could see, and this was back in day 3, is in row 8 or in tier 8 column 3, the artwork I could see, and this was something I could just see. Some of the locations I walked through and I didn't look at the art, so I couldn't get them. But when I was going through the locker room, I could see that the art was a house and a hose. So I've put in house and hose. The letter difference was U, so I've been able to put the U in. Then I saw in row 9, column 4, it seemed to be some sort of flower with prongs and the hand holding a match, which I think might have been fur and fire. So the difference is an E. So I've put that in, but I've put a question mark on it. So I think it might be fur and fire, but I think I've put a question mark on that one. I'm really not sure. The other one I saw was, and this was again on day 3 on the day I went through, row 9, column 1, it was the observatory, and it looked like there was a king and an Indian. So it was an Indian with the full headdress, and then it looked like there was a king, but I couldn't figure out what that could be. King and Indian. So row 9, column 1, I couldn't figure it out. So it seems to be king and Indian, but I can't, for the life of me, figure out what that would be. So I've put that in, but I can't tell what that note might be. So I'm going to have to revisit that one, and I'm going to have to put a question mark on it. So I'm going to, and even then, Indian feels a little bit weird for what it might be. So whether it'd be chief, and it might have been chef and chief, which would give me an I. So it might have been a chef if from a distance. It was really hard to see, so I'm going to have to get back there. Anyway, I'm going to continue with Blueprints. I really don't know how. I get the feeling I need to figure out more mysteries to solve, because I feel like I'm doing this procedurally at the moment and I'm not really connecting with it. So the start of day 14, 3 minutes in. So start of day 14. So day 14 is at 3:00. Okay, great. But I feel like I'm just still completely lost. The foundation, I think, was a mistake. I'm getting the same things over and over and over. It's the purse. Good thing to get early on. I'll do the gem. Riddle. The black box is black. True. The black box is empty. I don't know. The black box is true. Now something has to be false. So this is true. One of these two has to be false. If the black box was full, one of those two has to be false. If the black box is false, then the white box is false. If the black box is true, then everything is true. If the black box is empty, then everything is true, which can't work. The black box cannot be empty. It must be in the black box. Although, yeah. I don't want to... Okay. See, the foundation is just stupidly placed. I'll get them items from the closet. Metal detector might help me. Go the other way. The reading hook will allow me to get to the library. Which will send me back. Let's try for it. I'm going to dead end, aren't I? Multiple keys. So, a Sightseer's Guide to Reddington. So, reading a Sightseer's Guide to Reddington is going to be at about 640. So, a Sightseer's Guide to Reddington. A modest account of our town by Sir Andrew Dahl. Introduction. The third largest city in Fen Aries and site of its former capital, Reddington is synonymous with mountains, mystery, and magic. Most tourists head straight for the boardwalk and don't get much further than the botanical gardens. However, Reddington has much more to offer. Spectacular scenery, a historic castle, and a charming underground bazaar rewards visitors who wishes to explore further. Reddington is that type of unique, enchanting place that lingers in your mind and memories long after you leave her. The Botanical Gardens. Reddington's most popular attraction and a guaranteed crowd pleaser, the Botanical Gardens is loved by both locals and visitors for its Aegean canopy house and mausoleum, its petal-covered trails and mind-boggling variety of flowers. This is the reason springtime is Reddington's busy season. Situated just east of town, the Botanical Gardens offers a scenic and captivating tableau of the natural countryside. A cobblestone trail meanders past over 1,000 species of tropical plants, each remarkable in its own right, yet even more stunning set against the spectacular backdrop of the Reddington Mountains. Allow yourself at least an hour to indulge in this picturesque walk, which concludes at Mainway Station. Ilex ex Miserve, a specimen of holly unique to Reddington's mountains. Holly can be deadly if you eat it. Featherfall Keep. You will find sitting at the base of Mount Perma, Reddington's second highest summit, a historic site described by scholars as significantly important to the realm's past. Featherfall Keep, the former home of Lord William Epsom, has until recently been a private residence, serving as a family home to the Epsom since before the Third Era. After the death of Lord Epsom, his older son, Lionel Epsom, left the estate never to return. However, the daughter stayed, maintaining the residence and its staff until her marriage in 1951. At that point, Featherfall Keep ceased to be a family residence. It began operating as a historic house museum and tourist attraction, and the estate was designated a National Historic Landmark in 1972. It is still believed by many that Featherfall was built by the first king of Arinda Aries when Reddington was still the capital. However, surface documents containing conflicting dates have recently cast some doubt on the long-standing myth. Trinsdale Lake. Close your eyes and imagine tranquil, serene stillness. Okay, but now I can't read. Close your eyes and imagine tranquil, serene stillness. Rolling fogs, clear water, and gliding swans. In the midst of all that beauty sits Trinsdale Lake, one of Fen Aries' premier vacation destinations, exclusive for its more privileged citizens. The lakeside resort and cabins have been frequented by royalty and the realm's gentry for generations. However, on the southern shore of the lake, tourists are free to enjoy the views and rub elbows with the rich and famous in the 100 Bells Tea Room, which is open to the general public for lunch on Mondays and Fridays. Mount Holly. At an elevation of 11,220 feet, Mount Holly is the tallest mountain in the Reddington Range and the highest peak in the entire realm. Beyond the physical challenge itself, climbing Mount Holly Trail is a beautiful experience and one that many hikers and explorers will want to do at least once. Is that an image of something on the mountain? Like it looks like there's something there. It's only a few hours from Reddington to get to the trailhead, and you won't need any local guides or special gear if you tackle the trail during the summer season. However, those willing to give this mountain a significant amount of planning and research will be greatly rewarded, whether or not they actually summit. On the opposite side of the peak, far from the trail, rests the estate of Mount Holly, nestled between the summit's northern slope and saddle. This 80-acre mountain residence is almost as old as Reddington itself. However, unlike Featherfall Keep, the property has been completely private since the closing of the Mount Holly schoolhouse in '66. Still, hikers will be able to appreciate the house's unique architecture at the distance from one of the trail's many north-facing overlooks. Hey, Butterfly. Mainway Station Bazaar. For the sentimental tourists wishing to pick up a souvenir to remember their stay, one might try braving the Mainway Station Bazaar. But don't be too hasty. Without proper guidance, the Mainway Station can be a dangerous place. Located underground, this unique marketplace was once Reddington's Central Railway Station, in a time when the realm's trains were still in service. Now, the turnstiles, footbridge, and platform have been appropriated and turned into a cavern of tents and torches. Whether you are bargain hunting, looking for adventure, or finding a memento to commemorate your visit, the Mainway Station Bazaar will be a worthy conclusion to your sightseeing adventure in Reddington. Weird. So you've got Reddington, the Mainway Station Bazaar, which is on the main town, Featherfall Keep. Is these all places you can visit, or are we stuck to the house? Because the house is in here, isn't it? I did the same. I started the intro to this by saying I checked part 3 of the Steam and found out I couldn't see some of the art, but I was able to get some of it, which included, I was able to get House and Hose in rank 8 column 3, and it looked like in rank 9 column 1 it was like a king and an Indian, and I wasn't sure if it was supposed to be chef and chief. I'm really not sure. Anyway, that's a sightseer's guide to Reddington. And now I could easily lock myself in again if this room is wrong. So if this room only turns left or only goes left and straight, if this room doesn't have a right-hand turn, this day is over. So I need the weight room. Oh, you're kidding. So I'm going to lose half my steps. Let's take the courtyard. There's the shovel. Rank 7, column 2. I didn't get that. What did you get? So row 7, column 2, you got a grandfather clock, which you said is time, and a tie. So the letter difference is an M. So it's small. That makes sense. So I don't know what rank 9 is, but it's something F gap E something. Then it's something OU something. So count, small, dates, 8 dates, crack 8 saves. So if something if it's not fire and fur, can I get an O from that? If you count small dates, 8 dates crack 8 safes. It could be if you count small dates, 8 dates crack 8 saves. I need rank 6, column 1 to confirm. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need this one to confirm. So let's go north from the foundation. The den won't necessarily suck. The bedroom won't necessarily suck. Though, I really want the garage at some point. So I need to get to here. I need a straight through. The corridor would be great. There we go. And I'll take the drawing room. So this is the one we need. So this is the one I saw and I called it fern, but that could be wheat, couldn't it? And that's rain cloud. So we'll do this one first. So this is rank 6. So it's maybe wheat and a rain cloud. Give me a minute, Keith. I want to see if I can crack it. Now, I thought this was a fur when I was looking at it with the other one, but it... Right, grain and rain. Thank you. Little fast, Eric. So the letter difference is G. So it's gates. So the one that I had that I wasn't sure about was this thing here and the hand holding the match. So if you remember the hand holding the match, so I thought it might be fur and fire. Wheat and heat. So it's wheat and heat. So the letter difference is W. So if we count small gates, 8 dates crack 8 safes. So that's what I think it is. So what we have is the following. So what we have is the following. So we have star F underscore W star. Then we have star OUN star, small gates, 8 dates, crack 8 safes. This is what we have. So it seems like if we count small gates, eight dates crack 8 safes. How would that... It's been a lot of work to get that, and I still don't fully understand what it is. I'm also aware that most of the people who watch me on this, like I have like over 1,000 people who watch me on this channel, and I've only got 300 subscribers. So please like and subscribe. Chief and chef. Yeah, that's what I mean. That's why I'm thinking it's count. Or chief and chef. Yeah. So if we count small gates, 8 dates crack 8 safes. What the hell does that mean? I'm assuming it's that. I mean, we could be wrong. If we count small gates, gates seems to be correct. Because it was the wheat and the rain cloud. So grain and rain. There was the cliffs and the tag, which we thought was coast and cost. The painting of the earth, planet, and the biplane, plane, T. So the letter difference is T. The stage and the stag, E, and the overcoat and the cliffs, so coast and coat, S. That works. Small gates. Oh, the small gate being the gate. So the small gate was the one that we found in the dark room, because in the dark room, we found the date in the love heart, which was, where's the dark room? Where's the dark room? Where are my dark room notes? It was 11:28. And that was the code to the small gate. So that's code 1. So, small gate was the orchard, code 1128 from the dark room. If we count small gates, 8 dates crack 8 safes. So there's 7 more. So it is just 8 dates crack 8 safes, but I don't know. And that's telling me that it's 4-digit codes, I think. And there may be another small gate somewhere. So there should be a way of connecting. Oh no, the stream is lagging again. There should be a way of connecting particular dates to particular safes. Well, let's go to the boudoir. And you're right about the handle. They do look a bit different, don't they? But what the heck could that mean? Actually, boudoir, boudoir, boudoir. Herbert, I was distraught to learn that you have chosen to omit the details of our dear Marion's disappearance from the public record. Oh, the safe was delivered on Christmas Day. So the date was 1225. I want to go back. Herbert, I was distraught to learn that you have chosen to omit the details of our dear Marian's disappearance from the public record. It is no surprise to me that the royal court would want this embarrassment kept as quiet as possible, but I am shocked that you have so little regard for your niece that you would play the king's scullion and stop kissing the foot that treads upon her memory. She gave up her family, her fortune, and her life, and all you can do is think of your name. Having never had a family name nor fortune of my own, I cannot personally condemn you for faltering in your commitment to make the same sacrifices she did. But for the love of God, do not by that same display of weakness clutch your petty assets so tightly that you undermine the cause that she forfeited everything to further. Our countrymen must be made aware of the price she paid and must be made to see the colour of the flag she flew as she rode into the darkness of 100 nights. To deny her story is to deny her life. If through your silence you bless this betrayal, our son Simon, your heir, will inherit a fortune of lies and will spit upon your grave when he learns of your cursed foolishness. Needless to say, we will not be coming for Christmas this year. Daniel. And this is letter 4. Well, this is an American thing, but yeah, 25th is. So, so the letter is about Marian's disappearance and flag color of the flag she flew. Envelope is red, maybe? Hey, Hexagonal. Yeah. I got that, but I'm slowly figuring stuff out. Like, incredibly slowly. So I've got one of the letters, but I can't click on the letter to figure out what it is. But I'm assuming this is telling me I've got one of the letters. I don't know what all of this space is for. Hey, fellas. Why did I have to lose so many steps this game? But made some progress. Now this is going to take me to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 3. Actually, was there a chess piece in here? Yeah, possibly not. So this is 6-2. I think I've got everything except, yeah, 8. Yeah, it's rank 8 and rank 9 I don't have. So it's apart from up here, and even then I'm just going to have to confirm it. Well, the thing is, I'll be able to open the safe now every time I come here because I know the code. Do I just want items and dead end? Key. Key. Love this photo. Car keys. I really want the garage. So this is tie and clock. Was this the one that you were talking about earlier? This is 7-3. No, it's not 7-3. It's 7-2. Grandfather clock, time and tie. Yeah. This is the one you were talking about earlier. Very well done. These are all going to be... Mail room. A package will be delivered here the day after drafting this room. I've never been there before, so I'm going to draft it. Now this is 7-1, which I think I've been to before. This is the spine and the pine. Which I didn't have a very good view of before, but I'm not seeing any art in here. Oh yeah, there's the spine, and there's the pine. Simon P. Jones, Mount Holly Estate. Hey buddy, how's it going up there in that big house? I think most people would be pretty scared being alone for this length of time, but I have a feeling you're doing just fine. I imagine you're happy as a clam, perfectly content on the estate with the exploration and opportunities for adventure that present themselves each day. As I'm writing this, you're currently in the garage packing the tent. I wanted to try to post this letter before we depart tomorrow so that it has a chance to arrive before your first few days on the estate. But with all the preparations, I'm not sure that I'm going to find the time. There's so much I want to say. I'm sure I'll forget to tell you Friday night. Sometimes it's easier for me to just jot this stuff down. You're yelling at me right now to come bring you a pillowcase. Hold on a second. I'll be right back. I can tell you're really excited, but I think you might feel a little guilty about being so happy the day after the funeral. Believe me, I know how long Uncle Herbert worked on setting this up for you, and I know from our conversations just how much happiness this final project brought him. So do both of us a favour. Be excited. The house really is amazing. I know it's been almost 7 years since we were last up there, and I'm really curious to hear just how much you remember from those summer trips. You've always been smarter than me in this kind of thing, so I'm not sure how much guidance or inspiration I can offer before your trip that will actually be useful to you. Despite my best intentions, I'm sure that on Friday I'll end up leaving you with a few of my overused cliché expressions when we say farewell. Later, alligator. Dad. P.S. Get some sleep each night and don't spend all your time each day playing dirigiblocks. blocks. Please return all correspondence and packages addressed to Denny Revance to sender as he is no longer employed with our staff. I'm going to need a magnifying glass to read that. Ooh! Utility, more detailed instructions will be sent by electronic mail to the address the client has provided. Press any button above to activate blue. Wait a minute. I got the email in the office. Can only get white after all 6 have been synced to purple. Press any button above to activate blue. Press a blue indicator next to a red indicator to activate purple. Okay. So this is, I'm going to put the mail room under the office. It is the mail room, isn't it? Yeah, mail room. So, with 6 green, press any button above to activate blue. With black, black, blue, red, black, black, press blue indicator next to a red indicator to activate purple, and then purple, 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 red. 5 purple indicators are needed to activate the 6th. And then you can only get white after all 6 have been synced to purple. Okay, good point. So we want to timestamp this. So the timestamp is 43 minutes. So timestamp for fuse box instruction is 4600. But it's possible if I now come back down here to the den, and I've still got an option off the corridor, I could possibly even get to the fuse box. Sorry, Keith, I missed you leaving. Have a good one. And please, everyone, like and subscribe. This is so cool. I'm glad I came in here, even though it dead-ended me. So straight, straight, bedroom, and then straight. I would dead end on the fuse box at this point. I really would. But I'll take security because it'll give me more options. Give me an upgrade disc. Come on, you know you wanna. You don't wanna. There is a trunk I missed. Because steps are good. This will get me the treasure map. And that'll be, it'll be a dead end though. You know, I think I'm going to take the observatory. Clavis, the key. I now have 8 stars, which is shown here as well as up to the top left, but you can't see it down here because of my camera being in the way. What I want is the cloakroom in here with a because I've got the shovel. I've got money, so I'm going to take the chapel because that won't dead end me. The others will dead end me, or the pool won't, but the chapel will give me options. Wow, okay. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7. The dining room gives me an opportunity to get more steps. So I'll take the dining room. I'm not seeing anything in the room, but once I go through here... Rumpus room. This will get my fortune told again. Except I don't have the gems, so it's got to be the workshop. There's that music quiz, which I didn't... Now, I learnt what this was for, didn't I? The broken lever was for the... Wasn't the patio, it was one of the other green rooms. Might have been the courtyard. Interesting, that hasn't opened up, even though 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... Oh, this is only 7. I need to go one further. So... The detector shovel. So I never did figure this out. Stones cut by hand. Oh, this has got a different letter on it. So the first time I came here, so the workshop, I need to put these in order. The workshop, first letter, first visit, the letter was S. Second visit, the letter is A. But it was an S last time, wasn't it? So this is day 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That doesn't follow through. I was wondering if it was day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, day 6, day 7, day 8, day 9, day 10, day 11, day 12. But that doesn't follow. So I wonder if this was spelling out the word message. But it might be it's spelling out a word and I need to note it. So it's SA something. Stones cut by hand and letters wrought do spell our secrets carved from thought. A message read is often lost. Among the bold words spoken soft. The note is read, the letter is not. The bold words spoken soft. So this is going to spell out a word. Or it's going to spell out a message. The note is read, the letter is not. The note is read, the letter is not. The note is read, the letter is not. A message read is often lost among the bold words spoken soft. Message. Anyone got any clue on that one? No! I can't go further north from here. I just realized I can't go north, so I can't unlock the dinner. I'm going to... quickly open up this note file. And I'm putting that in the note file. Actually, what I should do No comments about how bad the journal is. And for people who are watching in future, while I've shared a link to the journal will be updated. So if you're watching stream 5, you may get a journal, which is for, if I've streamed like 10 sessions, the journal may be relevant to session 10. So don't expect the journal to be live for what you are watching now, unless you are watching live. I think I have to go back to the courtyard to be able to move on. So it's back. How do I get back? Dining room, chapel, observatory, pantry, security, down through the foundation. It's this way. I think that's the only way I can keep moving. But I've progressed a lot this session, I think. Unfortunately, I couldn't reach the next rank. I've got a lot of keys. I'll be able to get there. And of course, it gives me a security door. There's the trunk. How many keys? No, I don't want to go that way. I want to go to the foundation. All of these are a dead end. If I get the treasure map, is it going to be... If I take the treasure map, it's possible I could then check out... No, off... I don't have the gems. I could see... Treasure map is the same location. So it's 6-4, which I can't get to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's this location, which I can't get to. So, do I want to put the detector shovel in, or the treasure map back, or the car keys? Oh, this is tricky. Hang on. Wasn't this the room where it was saying that I should use the lever? I thought it was the courtyard where it was saying I should use the lever. But I'm not seeing it. Well, I want the car keys. I need to get to the garage with the car keys. I've never even been to the garage. Yeah, I think I might put the car keys in. Because I need to get to the garage with the car keys at some point. And then I'm going to call it a day. So that means moving my camera out of the way. I got one new room, which was the mail room. But I actually feel like I achieved a lot today. Sometimes I feel like I'm being an absolute moron playing this game, and other days I feel like I'm making good progress. I really have no clue. I don't know, Phyllis Timon, if the detector shovel is now permanently a detector shovel. I would like to think it's permanently a detector shovel, and if I find the detector or the shovel, I now find both. That would be phenomenal. And I've now learned that keys can be very well hidden. Like, it looks like this can move. Doesn't it look like this has got scraping so it could potentially move? Like, it really looks like there's all sorts of stuff going on here. Like, this really looks like there's going to be something hidden in there. But I keep getting this reading nook leading to a library. There's my magnifying glass. I'll take it. Now the library is going to dead end me, which will give me the option to get something. So I'm going to take the library. Yeah, I've had that thought as well. Now, unlike last time I was in here when I got 2 keys, I've done the Sightseer's Guide to Reddington, I've done Swimbird, I've done the pump system, I've done draft strategy. So should I grab the fixed stars? Let's do them rest in order. Let's see if there's anything on the ground upstairs. No, don't go down the stairs. Looking for keys or coins hidden on balustrades or anything. Not seeing anything, or on shelves. Now this door is the opportunity I have to take something that's a dead end. Well, the office, I don't have the gems. The wine cellar gives me gems though, so do not overlook the wine cellar in a dead end location. Very happy with that. Not seeing anything else in here at all. What did I say this was? It was Tag and Stag. That's right. Now I have to go back to the entrance hall, but that's okay. That dead ends, that doesn't. So I'll take the parlour. If items got more common as you progressed or something, because it's still feeling very... Or there was a way of controlling drafting better. Gems are in a box with a statement. Okay. No statement. Gems are in the black box. So, one of these is lying. This is not saying either the truth or lying. So, if gems are in the black box, then that would be truthful, that would be truthful, and that wouldn't be lying or truthful. So that is not the case. So, this is lying. Gems are in a box with a statement, must be truthful, they must be in the blue box. Bam. I don't know if I'm good at those or not. Hallway gets me another key, which is good. I'm okay for steps. I'll take the hallway. Those sort of logic puzzles are things that I'm normally pretty good at. I'm going to head this way and try and get some green rooms. The billiard room is going to head in the right direction, so I'm going to take the billiard room. Take the coin. I'll take an orange. Always good to get some vitamins. Now, I keep expecting there to be another dartboard puzzle. Like there's something to do with those balls, as I think it was someone suggested. But anyway, 16... 0 plus 16 is 16. 20 minus 2 minus 3 minus 7 is 8. So 6, 9 minus 2 is 7 times 2 is 14. 20 minus 6 is 14 times 2 is 28 divided by 7 is 4. And I get a couple of keys. So far, so good. If I take the mail room, that means that I can only move from the foundation, but my package has been delivered. The other two are also dead ends. I don't have any green rooms, and the coins are useful. I think I want the package. Packing slip. Sinker Company, West Barron Lake. Date packed 11th to the 5th by K. Thompson. 1 handcrafted dice, 2 gems, 2 keys. Well, it's 2. And I've got the magnifying glass. So, mailroom, mailroom, mailroom. Written on the note, needed magnifier. Did they ever prove he was the... Did they ever prove he was the one that stole the Baron's mail? One that stole the Baron's mail. Please return all correspondence and packages to the Danny Ravane, addressed to Denny Ravane. Now, the letter stated, please return all correspondence and packages addressed to Denny Ravane to sender as he no longer is employed with our staff. Main message was, so Danny Ravane stole, it was never proven that he stole, oh, I didn't pick up that gem. Grab the gem. The grand realm of Fen Ares. In fog we are lost, in fire we are found. Again, red flag. SKR 6789. So postcode SKR 6789, not SKT. And on the stamp, the Grand Realm of Fen Ares. In fog, we are lost. In fire, we are found. Now, I didn't need the magnifying glass for that, but... Well, no, SKR 6789, what's that supposed to be as opposed to that? So some picture, Mount Holly Estate. $63080, but what's SKR 6789? Dad's address is 1809 Alice Drive, Fen Ares 63022. What's SKR 6789? Letter from Dad. Next to stamp in a circle. I don't know what that means. Like, you could literally note everything. I've already got this. So we go back to the foundation, try and go north. No! Can't go north. Okay, so we're going east. I don't like using the corridor for this. I'm going to roll. The den is not terrible, I suppose. Although I'm doing fine for gems. Yeah, I'm doing fine for gems. I'm going to take the passageway. Have a good one, Chip. Now, security. An apple. You found an apple. I mean, I'll check. I left a sleeping mask somewhere. I am so unobservant. Now, the utility closet. I might be able to do the breaker box now, mightn't I? So, what we had was 6 green. Press any button above to activate blue. Great. Then we want black. Black. Oh, crikey. Press a blue indicator next to a red indicator to activate purple. Oh, wow. So I need to figure out how this works. Five purple indicators are needed to activate the 6th. Can only get white after all 6 have been synced to purple, which I've now done. Now I need off, blue, green, white. Off, blue, green, white, red, purple. That's what I need. Off, blue, green, white, red. No, it needed to be purple. Gemstone Cavern has been permanently unlocked and added to your campsite. Starting tomorrow, you will start each new day with 2 gems. Gymnasium off, garage on. Okay. I think that was worth it. I don't know. I don't know what a salt shaker does. All of these dead end me, so let's redraw. I haven't found the garage though. So I need, well actually, I'm going to gamble with the den. No, I'm not. I'm going to secret passage. And then I'm going to think about it. Because I mean, I could just open up a hallway. There's a hallway that means that all doors are, all hallways are always unlocked. And that's the one I've never seen. You know, it's tempting to go for the halls and see if I can pull it up. If I go for this, I've got a lot of keys. That's a waste of a key. That's a way out. So the den is going to give me the option to potentially move. The others are going to end my direction. There's my gem. I'd love to find a key or something in here. I've never been to the greenhouse, so I'm going to do it. It's the greenhouse that needs the broken lever. And I don't have it. It's a greenhouse. I need to reorder all of this stuff. I'm just going to put this in my important notes. Ah, it says here, lever is for the greenhouse. I did make that note. So it's broken. So it might be working in the west and broken in the east. Because it's got the west and east in the different capitalizations. That's a hidden gem. And a sledgehammer. Oh. So I've added that to my journal. Trees found inside will never shade, the gems that shine in night and rain. The clue you hold cannot be paid with gems nor coins, so toss away. These sheets you find a worthy trade. So I need to find all 8 pages. Or this is 5, then there's 8. So what I'm going to do is at some point I will move these to a different tracking sheet. So there's the musical pages quest. So there's the musical pages mystery, and they're the bolded words, because among the bold words spoken soft, the note is read, the letter is not. So it's sheets on this one, message on 8. So something sheets, something message. I don't know how CTC are going to do this on their streams. It's going to, like, their streams are normally like 2 hours. In the first 2 hours, they're not going to find anything. So let's go south from the den, hope the door will open, and I find something in the room. I can open the courtyard, or I could go to the closet and try and find the broken pipe or something, which will dead end me, but I could potentially find the security key or more keys. Yeah, let's try the closet. So it wasn't great, but I did get a key, which will allow me to move north from the Great Hall. I mean, I can actually go into the cloister. The problem is the cloister is unlikely to contain anything. probably the aquarium. Let's do the... Actually, let's do a redraw. Drawing room is much better, isn't it? Although the corridor will be unlocked. But then I'm just going to be in the same boat and be left in the situation where I may just draw another room. But it'll give me another draw. Whereas the drawing room, I've got 2 chances at an unlocked door. So let's do the drawing room. Look for keys or something, please. So we'll try the north door, even though the chance of it being unlocked is almost 0. Okay, here we go. I can actually get the office. Which has a safe in it. Somewhere. Hang on, this is 8-4. Yeah, Crown and Crow, I had this one. That exposes the safe. March of the Count. I don't understand what this is supposed to be. It's not March of the Quads, I know that. Flight of the Queen, March of the Count. Please check if any books matching these titles are available for purchase in Reddington. Flight of the Queen, Flight, March, Fall, Passing, Herrings or Hearings, Queen, Count, Lord, Barons, Major. Are they increasing in title? Hearings, Passing, Fall, March, Flight. I don't know. They're all too expensive. There's 23 coins and a gem spread around. Oops. But what could the date be? For the email dates, something to do with March? March of the Count. Hearings or herrings? So is it something 03? One, two, three. Well, hang on. How many are in the... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, hang on, let's start here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So is it 0308? No. Because March of the Count... Please check books matching these titles are available for purchase in Reddington. Flight of the Queen, March of the Count. So March is 03, Count. So are we counting something? But the obvious thing to count in here are these statues. And there's, starting here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9? That's what makes sense, isn't it? Not sure if it's supposed to be hearings or herrings. Is there anything resembling hearings or herrings in this room? Well, there's the birds. of which there's 1, 2... Now, we start behind the desk. There's 1, 2... I'm only seeing 2. So 0302, that... This has to be to do with the... March of the Count. That'd be too many, wouldn't it? Or Queen, Lord, Barons and Major. Well, herring is a fish. Why am I even counting birds? So you're thinking 0304, that... What do you mean all the red titles? Flight of the Queen, March of the Count, Fall of the Lord, Passing of the Barons, and Herrings of the Major. Well, it's March of, so I think it's starting with 03. Did I miss that statue? Let's start again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it could be 0310. No. And that was counting the hand. What am I counting? March of the Count. Well, it spread 23 coins. It can't be that. That would be too esoteric. So let's pull the dates out of the computer again. So it's 1101. 1008. $10.07 and $10.05. Those seem like terrible. But I can try them. No. So yeah, didn't think that would be them. Is it archive dates? Because there were the dates from the archives, but the other was related to the room. And this March of the Count. March of the Count. March of the Count. Like, it really does feel like it should be 03 and then the count of something, doesn't it? But counting what? Bridget, please check if any books matching these titles are available for purchase in Reddington. I'm not sure if the last title is supposed to be hearings or herrings. Hearings or herrings? A or R? Swapping A or R? Maybe. So the red ones are red herrings. That's fine. So what's March of the Count? I still think it's 03 because it's a date and then a count of something. But what am I counting? Like, the obvious thing would be the statues, because they're all sort of countish. And with the finger pointing at the safe, that kind of made sense. Like, as a puzzle, that would have been cool, with it being 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 0308 would have been really... They're not all the same. In fact, they're all a bit different. Well, some of them are the same, but how am I supposed to know which one's which? I think I did. I can try it again. Yeah, didn't do anything. So is it the number of statues that's this guy? So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. So is it 0304? So there's 1 there, One of them there. One of them there. That's the same statue. 3, 4. So there's 4 of that, the statue that's on the safe. Unless it's supposed to be 0303 because it doesn't count the one on the safe. It doesn't count the one that's on the safe. Which I think is actually a bit silly. Now, is this letter 8 or letter infinite? Where's office? Here. So safe combo. Is 0303. I want to go to... Oh, this is the office, yep. 0303. The letter is 8. The other one I found was in the boudoir, which was letter 4. And I want to make a note of this. Am I still in day 14? Timestamp for letter from office safe is 1:54:27. Am I still in the same day? Like, is this still the first day I've played? Dear Mr. Sinclair, thank you for promptly answering all our demands, not involving the police, and allowing this unfortunate transaction to transpire as smoothly as one could hope. And while I'm guessing you had hoped to never hear from us again once we had given you back the envelopes, we felt that one final red letter of our own was merited given the circumstances. Hopefully you will not be as careless with this missive as you were with the others. Correspondence this incriminating should be kept in safes, not desk drawers. Let's first put your apprehensions aside, as I'm sure another red envelope is the last thing you expected to find on your desk this week. No, we are not making more demands, and no, we do not have copies of the other letters. You were already more than generous and accommodating, and the least we can do is fulfill our end of the bargain. So why write to you at all? Why incriminate ourselves further if we already have what we want? In a word, principles. This is not a merit. After reading your eloquent reply to our initial note, it became apparent to us that there had been a few misunderstandings. This letter is intended to clarify some of those points, and hopefully will place our schemes in a softer light. First, we may have gotten too excited with the colourful language of blackmail, but our goal was never to terrorise. Despite what you may believe you interpreted as thinly veiled threats towards your young nephew, I want to personally assure you there was never any tangible danger. If we gave any impression we would hurt the youngster, it was meant only in the very vague sense of hurting his social prospects. And yes, while we admit that our word choices might be questionable, enough so that it would be reasonable to accuse us of being intentionally misleading, we hope you believe us when we tell you that this was not a calculated ploy to elicit payment. However, as payment has been received, there is nothing to be gained by scrutinising the questionable ethics that were employed in our extortion of those funds. Little defence can be mustered on that score. Additionally, any judgmental tone you may have detected when we discussed the content of your stolen letters was entirely unintended. We want it on record that we do not consider ourselves superior to you and your family in any way, and are in fact entirely sympathetic to the underlying cause that the letters pertain to, and you thought this letter couldn't get more incriminating for us. Again, we feel guilty as sin, and only time will tell if the financial recompense will outweigh our culpability. Even though you will never hear from us again, we hope this parting letter will result in you thinking of us and our dealings, if not favourably, at least sympathetically. Sorry for this inconvenience. Forever anonymous, X. What? So there are 8 red letters. What? Well, the other red letter was numbered 4. So they were blackmail. Aren't I his nephew, Simon? I mean, Simon playing Simon is always going to be fun, but I'll have to catch those after the fact. What? Some of these letters are some of these words are italicized. Red letter. This. Has. Then they've italicized all of this. I think that's... I don't understand this letter. Okay. Yep, that doesn't surprise me at all. But I can potentially get back... Well, I can get back to the passageway. And potentially explore this. That was the stand the gem was on. Now, I've got to be careful because there's a whole bunch of coins that have been spread around the estate, so I need to keep an eye out for them. I'd love to be upgrading. Oh, so security has a white knight. Thank you. I've been completely... And I know there was something in the office, but I can't remember what it was. I can't remember what it was. And I don't have it noted. Probably a queen. Actually, it could have been a king, actually, because we've already got a white queen. The courtyard will allow me to continue, and I've got gems. So let's take the courtyard. Well, there's the metal detector. And this door will be unlocked. Pantry is a dead end. Green rooms. So I do want to the terrace because even though this is going to dead end me, it'll unlock the terrace, which I've never been to before. No, I have been to the terrace before, but I do want the terrace more often. Okay, I have been to the terrace before. Bum. Isn't this... I love the art style of this game. What's the clicking? So that was a mistake. Hallway gets me back to the parlour. Because I want to go outside. Actually, I can go this way. Do I just take the observatory or do I try and use the spare room and try and get to a green room? I'm going to use the spare room and try and get to a green room. Hey, Kana, this has been a really long day in the house. This was a bad draw. Okay, so that was not clever, but today has still been a really good day. If you're happy with today, like and subscribe. I would have liked the freezer, actually. I could have frozen the gems and the coins. This game! Here is the last of the equipment for the new mine. I don't think we're going to need more than this, especially if we're going to limit excavation to 2 stones per day. I was told by the engineer that getting greedier than that might risk the structural integrity of the cave walls, so I suppose we'll have to adhere to his expert opinion, at least for now. We managed to remove all but 1 minecart from the old tunnels, 2 of which were too rusted and worn down to be of any use to us up here, so Dave went ahead and made the call to scrap them. I'm not sure that the foreman is going to be too happy about that, but hopefully you can smooth it over. Now, there is still 1 more cart down there, but it's locked on a short track and still way too difficult to move from the reservoir side. It's a little bit awkward because it's blocking the passage, so I suggest someone move it from the other side if they can get over there. The boss informed us that there are 2 other ways into the site from that side, but I think we're gonna leave that for someone else to finish up if the old man really wants it done. We've managed to remove all but 1 minecart from the old tunnels, 2 of which were too rusted and worn down to be of any use up here. Okay. I don't really understand. I wish I could look at these letters again. It's okay, Kana. Catching up by VOD or something is perfectly acceptable. So this is what I'll access via the garage, the private drive. I still haven't got to the garage. I still can't believe I've never been to the garage. So getting to the garage with the car keys is going to be a primary goal. Powering up the fountain is going to be a primary goal. And that one's going to be tricky. Need a sledgehammer. I've been here with a sledgehammer. It didn't help. I don't know what making a wish does. I did it last time. Maybe it improves luck. You're right. I could have got a key for going back to the office, but I'm not unhappy with today. Today has been incredibly long. Oh, I didn't note a day start. Okay. I'll find it. So I think I'm going to call it a day here. So I've now got the gemstone cavern and the apple orchard. This is insane. And I don't have a way of checking anything in. I've got the car keys checked in. So I think I'm going to call it a day. This game. Unfortunately, I'll lose all those coins and gems. So I go to OBS. Move my camera to here. And while that's on screen, before I kick off the new one, I'm going to take a very short bio. So even though that's on screen, I'm going to do that and I will be right back. Okay. Broomster is back. So I can put my camera back in its correct spot. And then let's continue on. So the timestamp is going to be about... Okay. I'm going to be very interested to get feedback from people who've been watching me play this on the CTC stream, which I believe is tomorrow. Because I'm not going to watch anyone else play this for a while. But I'm going to be very interested on non-spoiler feedback on what they do and how they like it. So I've got the apple orchard and the gemstone cavern. I've got 2 letters. I wish I could look at them. I'm starting with 70 steps and 2 gems. I don't know that I need the utility closet as much anymore. But the storeroom might be a good thing to start with. Look around for anything hidden. Look around to see if anything's hidden in the storeroom here. Look around, look around. People have been quoting that at me. A lot of my Hamilton friends, when they heard what happened to me. Storeroom has the white pawn. Look around at how lucky we are to be alive right now. So the den, I think I want money, so I'm going to take the pantry. I'm still curious what people think, because this is so weird. I should have checked that hexagonal. You are correct. There are entire elements of this game I am completely getting wrong. Because Brimster's a dip. So the observatory doesn't really advance me anything. The closet will get me a couple of items. I think this is either way. I've got one place to go, which is here. The closet will get me a couple of items before I do it. So I think I'm taking the closet. That's got me my metal detector and a gem. So I need the broken handle. I'm not seeing a chess piece in here. So I need the broken handle and the greenhouse, or the car keys and the garage. They're my main goal right now, I think. Although I keep finding new things. The safe I haven't opened is the one in the study. Hang on, is that right? Yeah, I've done the office. Yes, it's the one in the study. But there's a bunch of saves I obviously haven't found. So what rooms haven't I found? I haven't found these rooms at all. Look how many rooms I haven't found yet. There's still 2 bedrooms I haven't found. There's a hallway I haven't found, which is the one that gives you free hallways. There's a green room I haven't found. There's a bunch of shops I haven't found. I need to be really lucky here and hope it doesn't dead end. The hallway will give me a key. The reading nook will give me a key and take me to the library. I don't want the library because the library will dead end. So I'm going to take the reading nook because it's got the same options as the hallway. I just don't take the library. So I'm going to have less options to get out of it, but I don't take the library. So the only one that doesn't dead end is the parlor. I've got the chess pieces for the parlor noted. It's the black pawn over there. Let's do this. Everyone's still here. Okay, the other 2 statements have identical wording. This box and the blue box are both empty. This box and the white box are both empty. That is false. This box and the blue box are both empty. This box and the white box are both empty. That is false. One of those must be true. If one of those is true, then both of them must be true. Ah! Don't dead end me. The den from here is not a bad choice. Because while I don't need gems, it gives me options. Although the chapel's not a bad choice either. I'm going to take the chapel. I can buy a magnifying glass for 4. I don't know what the running shoes do, but I can't afford them. Do I want a magnifying glass for 4? I don't think I do. Corriard will give me options. Yeah, I think I want the Corriard. Do I want to open the trunk? That was not necessarily a great option. What was available for purchase? If I could purchase keys. I can't remember what was available for purchase. Sleeping mask. Don't remember what they do. I'm tempted to buy the running shoes to figure out what they do. Occasionally save blah when travelling longer distance across the estate and grounds. Okay. I think the den is just better than the spare room. Because it's got a gym and more possibilities of... My metal detector is not going off. So thanks for that. Let's do the veranda. Need a shovel. Desperately seeking shovel. There's something here triggering the metal detector. Oh, the shovel. Pebbles? I found a turnip. I feel like Baldric. That's okay. I've got one. There's something else in here. Watering can. Is the watering can currently full? I found it a key. I found it another key. I needed a key. Oh. I think I'm going to spare room this sucker. Something with the car keys. Hallway's not terrible here. If I'm going to be locked anyway, I may as well head north. Although south gives me more of a chance of exploring and finding things, so... Cloister needs so many gems. I think it's Cloister at this point, though. How do I get in there to dig up the dirt? Why put a dirt patch you can't reach? That just feels rude. But I can step into the foundation. All the money in the world. All the money in the world. Old tin can, not worth picking up. Nothing of interest has been... You dug up, nothing of interest was buried here. Thanks. I've never been to the Chamber of Mirrors. I gotta do it. I can see the chapel beyond. I don't know how this works. So these aren't mirrors. And there are coins there. Oh, maybe? Yeah, now I open that up, and if I come in from the chapel, which is tricky to get to from here, but doable. But I think I want to explore out of the cloister first, because I've got quite a few steps. This is weird. I needed this earlier. Banana na na na, banana na na na, banana na do 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 do, banana na do 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 do, banana na do 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 do, banana na 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 na, banana na na. Well, let's do another corridor. Hang on, the metal detector was pinging. You heard it. And now it's not. Maybe it was pinging in the other room. Oh well. Right, there's the broken handle. So I want to get up to the greenhouse. Coins. What? What? Everyone just saw that, right? Can't remember what the sleeping mask does. Nothing particularly helpful. The problem is, those doors are locked off. I can't get to them. So, in order for this to work, the Chamber of Mirrors needs to be accessible from 3 of the 4 directions. Or maybe not. Wait, what? What? Fellas, have you done this before? What's this doing for me? Surely this is just being disconcerting. You found a duplicate copy of one of your floor plans. Would you like to permanently add an additional spare room to your drafting pool? Normally when I get a spare room, I think it's pretty crap. No. But that's cool. And now I want to get back to the hallway. Unfortunately, I don't think I can go this way. So chapel, commissary. Yeah, I think I have to go out this way. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. That's all fine. because this door seems to be open now. Secret passage. I kind of want to go to a hall, don't I? Courtyard. Absolutely the courtyard, because the doors will be unlocked. Now I want to go through this door. Oh, it's going to be too short. Then I want to turn left and then go straight. So the cloister will do it. Why have all of this dirt? I need a room that goes straight. No! I needed the drawing room in the previous room. I needed to draw the drawing room last time. Oops. I hope I didn't accidentally end the stream then. My cursor moved off. Well, I don't have the car keys. I get 30 steps. So I'm back at 70 steps? I have all the steps in the world. I am fit. There's just nowhere to go. Well, I could leave from the cloister if I got more keys, but I can try and... Locked. No, not locked. And the hallway will have a key in it. But this wasn't the door that was opened. right through there. I can't go that way. The wine cellar will give me gems, which I don't need. I can draw another drawing room, I suppose. Key, key, key. Key, any key? Or a security card? Security will give me potentially the possibility of moving on. There are 10 coins and a trunk I've missed. I've still not found this room. Or the vault, which I'm assuming is the 46th room. Passageway? Because there's the or the experimental house features, which dead ends me. Actually, maybe it doesn't. I've still got another exit off the hallway. Or the passageway may allow me to continue, or I could try some experiment. I'm nowhere close to doing this. Immediately gain 1 key for every 2 hallways in your house. Thank you. Still don't know why you put dirt in there where you can't get in. The observatory will allow me to continue and increase my star count, so I'll take it. This is the one that doesn't dead end, so I'll take it. More steps. More coins. Ending with a freezer would be kind of cool, wouldn't it? So the dark room will allow me to continue, but I'll be drawing blind. The maid's chamber, the pool will allow me to continue. Let's do the pool. Hang on, I should have been checking the art in some of those locations. I still know what it says. I forgot to check the art in the observatory, which is one of the locations I don't have. There's something on the table. Was that in the observatory? I have all the steps in the world. Oh, there's a gem here. Because this is 9. Yeah, this is the one I couldn't see last time. That's a chef, that's a chief, so it is an eye. So it's not a king, it's chef and chief. The letter difference is I, and it's if. I need that one and that one. And this one. But this one was the veranda. And there's no art here. Green rooms don't have art. What I want is pump room. Music room. I've not had the music room before. Bam. And what did it say about the music room? 1 major key, 1 minor key. That's funny. It's a normal key. There's a security card. There was a security door, which I think I unlocked from the other direction. There's got to be a musical notation. Right. Sorry, I'm updating my journal with the music pages. So 5 came from the greenhouse. 8 came from the workshop. So, find here within these first words sung the key you seek in major tongue, but half the sheets are missing from the 4 you hold, the rest far flung. A half note held is quite the pun. I'm still going to screenshot all of these. Among the scattered symphony, a message hidden beneath the keys, in bold words sung by you and me, a fractured note, an urgent plea. In bold words sung, I do repeat. I'll do all of these again in a minute. I just want to get these into my journal. So 1 to 4 are from the music room. Five was from the greenhouse. And 8 was from the workshop. So what did we have? Let's start this again. Find here within these first words sung. So I'm going to put the words. It's first words sung, the key you seek in major tongue, but half the sheets are missing from them, the 4 you hold, the rest far flung. A half note held is quite the pun. I'm going to close it down here and open it up here. Among the scattered symphony, a message hidden beneath the keys. In bold words sung by you and me, a fractured note, an urgent plea. In bold words sung, I do repeat. The ones of you who oft assume that you alone can solve this tune are likely going to get your due and all the rage that will ensue while working on this simple clue. While passages lined with melodies do hide the words we've come to seek, and from our choice among all these, write down one that seems to be the loudest type with ink that bleeds. First words on the. And then 5 was first word on the sheets. And then it's something, 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 message. So find among the white trees, something, something, stones. Find among the white trees. So find among the white trees, something, 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 stones. Because it's going to tell me to use the first words on the sheets. Okay. Denoted in verse. I don't know what that's telling me. But I finally found the music room. Find among the white trees something, something, something stones. Is it me or is this game absolutely insane? So Marla, the parlour has different riddles depending on how many times you've visited the parlour. So every time you visit the parlour, the riddle on the chests will change. And they get harder. They get much harder. So far, I've been okay. Now, I don't think there's anywhere else I can go. It was really annoying to open one of the doors in the antechamber. If you can post the clues, I'm happy to try and help. If you can post in here what's on the chests, post in chat. So post what's on the blue, the white, and the black. I don't think I can go anywhere else. I mean, it could be a spoiler for me for later, but I've been enjoying those ones. So I'm going to try and go outside. I'm going to turn my air conditioning back on. Because I have a lot of steps. So pool, courtyard, cloister, drawing room, no, through the secret passage. To the corridor, hang on, how do I get into here? I've got to go out through the chapel, so this way. So I think I have to go through the secret passage. It tinged as I went through. That's really annoying. Yeah, now I need to go this way. I think this is all locked off. So I need to go spare room. Yeah, I need to go this way. The white is empty. The blue says the gems are in a box with the word blue on it. The black says the gems are in a box that is actually blue. So the gems are in a box with the word blue on it. So the white can't be truthful or lying. Yeah, so the white can't be truthful or lying. If blue says the gems are in a box with the word blue on it, hang on. The gems are in a box with the word blue on it. Black says the gems are in a box that is actually blue. Black. It can't be, black cannot be truthful because then everything would be truthful. So it cannot be in the blue box. So blue cannot be truthful. Oh, hang on, no, blue could be truthful. Something has to be truthful. The gems have to be in a box with the word blue on it. Yeah, they're in black because something has to be telling the truth. It can't be white telling the truth. Black is lying because if black was telling the truth, all of the boxes would be telling the truth. No, sorry. If blue was telling the truth, actually, this one's got me confused. Black says the gems are in a box that is actually blue. Actually, this one is confusing me. Blue cannot be truthful. Because if blue... Actually, I'm not sure. If blue was truthful... Now, if black was truthful, then everything would be truthful. Black cannot be truthful, so it cannot be in blue. But something must be telling the truth, so blue has to be telling the truth, so it has to be in black. Because it has to be in a box with the word blue on it, but it cannot be in blue. It must be in black. Whew. Well done, fellas. That was quick. I need to go all the way to the den. Commissary Chapel. Parlor. Reading nook. So, find among the white trees something, something, something stones. You dug up a secret floor plan. Would you like to permanently add conservatory? Adjust the rarity of the floor plans in your house? Yes, please. Didn't even need all the rest of the music pages because first words on the sheets, something, something, something message. Okay. First words on the sheets. Find among the white trees something, something, something stones. Well, the white trees were here. And these were the stones. I haven't found the conservatory, but if I find the conservatory, this will allow me to adjust the rarity of rooms in my house. Okay. Marla, that's a bit rude. Marla, if you're not, please like and subscribe. I'm trying to get this channel to 500 subscribers. That's the cost. That's the free cost of advice. I'm kidding. You don't have to, but I would really appreciate it. I think I've still got 47 steps, but nothing I can do with them. I mean, I would appreciate it, but I want to be genuine here. if I'm not the sort of channel that you think you want to come back to, because please be aware, this is not the only sort of game I play. I play action role-playing games, I play first-person shooters, I play other story-based games, I've played Life is Strange, I love Cyberpunk, I'm currently playing RoboCop, Rogue City. You will see me play things like Last Epoch and Diablo 4. I play all sorts of stuff, but I do play a lot of stuff like this as well. Also, if you like logic puzzles, check out my channel, Bremster Puzzles. That's my successful channel where I solve variant Sudoku every day, and that is my successful channel. That's where you get some really interesting logic puzzles happening. And if you think, Sudoku, I'm not sure, give it a look. It might be more interesting than you think. I'm not a huge fan of, I wasn't a huge fan of classic Sudoku, but variant Sudoku is a very different thing. And you may have found me because you follow my puzzles channel. I don't know. Yeah, I think I'm done here. Well, check out Bremster Puzzles. That's my Sudoku channel. And there's like 2,000 videos on there of me solving puzzles of various difficulties. I've recently started a new series on there, which you might find interesting, called Sudokitudes. I don't think there's anything more I can do in this run. But I found a bunch of new rooms. I unlocked some safes. That might have been the previous run. I opened a door to the antechamber, which I don't think is going to be permanent, but I did do it. Yeah, this has been a really good run. Do I want to do another one? This has been a 3-hour stream. My brain is kind of melted. Okay, we can try and go back to the first side of the mirror room and see if we can get anywhere. But I'm really glad I came here to dig up the new green room. So to get there, Reading Nook Parlour, Chapel, Commissary, Aquaria, Courtyard, all the way through and then down through the foundation. All the way through to the cloister. Into the foundation. Wait, what? I obviously had it open the wrong way, and I don't need the coins. Okay, so I got this wrong. I obviously didn't have it open the right way. And I couldn't be bothered going all the way around again. Yeah, I've got the rest of the artwork from the rooms. I don't think I need the artwork anymore. I've solved the artwork puzzle. And I've solved the musical notes puzzle. There's probably a hat puzzle here that I haven't solved, but I don't know enough about hats. I think I'm going to call it here. And at 3 hours, I think I'm actually going to call it here. So I go back to my OBS and I move my camera so that it's not blocking the map. 35 rooms. I reached rank 9, 84 steps taken, found 7 items and got 2 new rooms, which was the music room and the Chamber of Mirrors. So this has gone really nicely. The Chamber of Mirrors was actually better than I thought it was. And with the Chamber of Mirrors, as I start messing around with the rarity of rooms, this is going to be insane. This is going to be absolutely insane. Getting the position right. No, that's close enough. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm just curious. Yeah, I think, but I don't think I need to enter all parts of it. I mean, re-entering the mirror room and going and seeing if I can get new tiles or duplicate tiles of certain rooms would be cool. But thank you for telling me to go up. That was really cool. Hopefully my microphone isn't overloading too much. But pulling the lever in the greenhouse and opening one of the doors to that final room was really cool. And still finding some of these new puzzles. The music one I solved was really cool. And not actually having it, but being able to confirm what those are. This puzzle game is insane. And I'm going to be really curious from my regular followers to get feedback on, because I'm not going to watch them until I'm completely done and satisfied I am not coming back to this. I'm not going to watch anyone else stream it, but I'm going to be really curious to get spoil-free feedback on how Mark and Simon do on this game, because this doesn't feel like the sort of thing that they normally engage with. I think it's the sort of thing that Simon would enjoy, but I don't think they're going to enjoy the streaming experience of this. Because for myself, I'm used to playing things like Cyberpunk and Life is Strange, where I'll sit down and I'll engage with the story. I mean, you know, my Cyberpunk second playthrough was 51 streams. It was 130 hours long. So I have no problem sitting here and just doing this on camera. But they're focused very much on intense, focused engage with 150 to 200 viewers, keep with them constantly entertained to generate that revenue. Whereas that's not my thing. This is not a monetized channel. So for me, just sitting back and spending 45 minutes riding around on a motorcycle, that's my jam. For them, that's not engaging the money stream. And I'm not sure that this game is going to be the sort of thing that is going to be pushing that button for them. Simon, I think, may end up turning around and going, I'm going to continue playing this on the channel. I think Mark may bow out pretty quick, even though Mark is the one I think is actually going to engage with the puzzles. It's going to be very interesting to see what they do. I could be completely wrong. They may decide that they absolutely love it and actually just want to play it and not care who watches or not. I would. That's what I'm doing. I mean, I love having you all here. I think they're doing it tomorrow. They said Monday, but it could be Monday their time, so I'm not sure. It could be Monday night their time, which would be Tuesday night morning my time, which would be about 36 hours from now. I can also imagine that they will refuse to take notes, which in this game will kill them dead. So yeah, I'm really curious. I hope they do well. I hope they love it. I hope they do better than me and they get they'll probably make a few $1,000s out of it because that's what they want from streams. I mean, if you want The only way I make revenue off this channel is if people go to my Ko-fi page and donate. I don't get revenue from any ads that people see or anything like that. Not on this channel. I do over on Bremster Puzzles. I don't here. And on Bremster Puzzles, I get less money per month for every video I put out than they would get on one video. I'm not bitter about that. It's just true. I do it because I love it, not for the money. And similar here. I mean, I would love to, be able to add memberships to this and put member bonuses and everything on this for some of my regular viewers, but I don't care too much. It would just be a nice thing to have for people to turn around and be able to, throw me a super chat or something. But they can already kind of do that in a better way by going to Ko-fi and donating if they want to. And this game was paid for by a Ko-fi donation. Thank you, Plank Time. I really appreciate it. He probably donated because of Bremster Puzzles, but I diverted the funds to here, so cool. I was actually making a joke while I was playing RoboCop, and he gave me the money while I was playing on RoboCop, joking about donating, and therefore it came to this. So Blueprints was paid for by Plank Time. Thank you, Plank Time. There is absolutely no pressure on anyone. My content, like all the puzzles I put out on Bremster Puzzles and anything, I will never keep content locked behind a paywall on Bremster Puzzles that I can foresee. And I'm generating a lot of content over there right now. I do not think I will ever lock content behind a paywall for a long period of time. I may do member previews and stuff like that, but it'll never be behind a paywall for very long. Unlike some of their packs where they release them, they're the month only Patreons who pay ever get to see them. And after that, even the people who created the puzzles cannot release them. That's not my jam. But I just don't know how they're going to engage. But I'm loving this game, and I'm really happy that people have joined me for this. So many new people who don't normally follow my Bremster game streams. But I do want to warn those people. Kana, who's joined me before. Is it Maria? Phyllis, Hexagonal, all of you who are watching me play these, be aware that if you do subscribe here, and I really hope you do, that there will be a lot of games that are probably not your jam. If I'm playing Cyberpunk or Last Epoch, which is an action role-playing game, or RoboCop, which is basically upholding the law with guns, they may not be your jam, and you do not need to join me. The game that I play the most on this channel is probably No Man's Sky, which is really hard to explain. Space exploration with... I cannot explain No Man's Sky, but it is absolutely amazing game. Procedurally generated universe with just so much to... It's so hard to explain. But my entire 400-hour journey or something with No Man's Sky is available on my background. If you want to see what No Man's Sky is like, I recommend going to my second playthrough playlist and have a look. If you want to look at any of the games that I've played in the past, go to my playlist section on this channel and go, this looks interesting, have a look, and if it's not your jam, stop. That's all I can recommend. You're a Patreon patron. Thank you. No Man's Sky is absolutely amazing, and I've got hundreds of hours of me playing it on there. I really enjoyed the most recent expedition. I will not do it again because I'm stuck on this, but yeah, all I can recommend is find the games that I play that interest you, and if I'm not playing them, don't watch. I'm not going, and go check out my puzzle channel if that's your jam. This has been amazing. I've loved this game so far, but it is 10:30 at night on a Sunday night. I'm hoping to go to work for a few hours tomorrow, not into the office, but working from home after being violently ill for weeks. I'm actually not feeling too bad, so I'm hoping to get a good night's sleep tonight and therefore be able to actually do some work tomorrow. Actually, maybe just catch up. You got it because of my first stream. That's amazing, Kana. No Man's Sky is absolutely stunning. If you've got any comments about this game, or about anything to do with the channel, then please leave them in the comments section of this video. I'm not sure if I'm going to publish my journal into the description, but I have been updating my blueprints videos with chapter marks for important events, such as things like when there's cinematics or when there are important reveals like book readings and stuff. I've been putting those into the chapter breaks as well. I probably won't do the music pages stuff, but I've been doing all of that sort of stuff in there, and every day start has been put in as a chapter break. I will continue to do that. I will, and I will reach out to say to my moderators again, if you see any comments that are posted that are obviously spoilers for where I am at the start of this session. So if people are starting to watch this session, anything that is spoiled up to this point, please, I will ask you to remove, or I will remove if I see it. So anything that is not up to the end of session 4 sort of thing. And I know that can be a little bit short. And if you're not sure, spoilers, just remove. Because I don't want, I'm assuming anyone who's coming to my stream 5 has watched stream 1 through 4. That's just the way this is going to work. I don't know how many more streams I've got in this. We will find out together. Thank you everyone for watching. This has been amazing. I'm looking forward to the next one. It's probably going to be tomorrow night, because tomorrow morning I'll be resting before going back to work. Although realistically, I have Sudoku to record for the puzzles channel, so I probably will have to focus on that. So it might be a couple of days before I return. Thanks everyone. This has been amazing. The last couple of days in this game have blown my mind. The way this progresses, around day, what was it, 9 or 10, I was like, how is this going to work? The design of this is so perfectly balanced. Mwah. Thanks everyone. And as always, good luck with your drafting. Bye everyone.